It started with a hashtag #NetSphereLies. Simple, provocative, and utterly viral. Overnight, it became a digital wildfire, spreading across the platform it accused. Millions of users, from everyday citizens to A-list celebrities, shared their anxieties about the social media giant NetSphere. Was it truly a neutral platform? Or was there something more sinister lurking beneath its sleek interface? The spark that ignited this digital inferno. A single post from an anonymous account at Unfiltered Truth. It claimed that NetSphere's algorithms were designed not to connect people but to control them. It alleged that the company manipulated what users saw, amplifying certain narratives while silencing others. This wasn't just about social media anymore. It was about the very fabric of our online reality. The post sent shockwaves through the digital landscape. NetSphere, a company that had positioned itself as a champion of free speech and connection, was now being accused of being a puppet master, pulling the strings of public opinion. The company issued a swift denial, dismissing the allegations as baseless and irresponsible. But the seed of doubt had been planted, and it was growing rapidly. Maya Cruz, a tech journalist known for her fearless reporting on Silicon Valley, found her inbox flooded with messages. Most were from readers sharing their own experiences of suspected manipulation by NetSphere. But one message stood out, a cryptic DM from an unknown account. "I have information about NetSphere. Meet me at the Blue Door Cafe tomorrow at 8 a.m. Come alone." Intrigued and more than a little apprehensive, Maya decided to take the risk. She had built her career on uncovering uncomfortable truths, and something told her this meeting could be her biggest story yet. The next morning, her pulse quickened as she entered the cafe, her eyes scanning the room for any sign of her mysterious contact.
Maya Cruz?
A young man, his face obscured by a baseball cap and a pair of dark sunglasses, looked up from his coffee. He made eye contact with Maya and subtly nodded towards the empty seat opposite him. This was Jordan Lee, a software engineer at NetSphere, and he was about to hand Maya a digital Pandora's box. Jordan slid a flash drive across the table, his voice a hushed whisper.
"This contains everything. Proof that NetSphere has been manipulating users, amplifying certain political views, and suppressing others." He explained that he had stumbled upon a clandestine project within the company, codenamed Project Echo.
The project's goal was simple yet insidious: to use NetSphere's vast data trove and sophisticated algorithms to subtly influence users' opinions and behaviors. Jordan described how specific keywords, hashtags, and even emojis triggered the algorithm to either promote or bury content. He revealed that NetSphere had conducted A/B testing on users, manipulating their news feeds to gauge how easily their opinions could be swayed.
They said it was about enhancing user experience, making the platform more engaging, Jordan said, his voice laced with disgust. But it's manipulation, plain and simple. They're playing God with our minds.
Maya listened intently, her reporter's instincts kicking in. This was bigger than she could have ever imagined. This was about the erosion of free will in the digital age. Zach Taylor, a brilliant but naive young programmer at NetSphere, found himself increasingly troubled by the work he was doing. He had joined the company with stars in his eyes, excited to be part of a platform that connected billions of people. But as he delved deeper into the labyrinthine world of algorithms and data manipulation, his initial excitement curdled into unease.
"I can't believe what I'm involved in," Zach thought, his mind racing.
He had heard whispers of Project Echo, but it wasn't until he was tasked with optimizing the algorithm responsible for content suppression that he realized the true extent of what his company was doing. The lines of code he wrote, the algorithms he refined, were being used to silence dissenting voices, to steer public opinion in a direction dictated by corporate interests. Tormented by guilt and a growing sense of responsibility, Zach decided to act. He couldn't go to the authorities, not directly. He knew NetSphere had eyes and ears everywhere, so he did the only thing he could think of. He anonymously contacted Maya Cruz, the one journalist he believed could expose the truth.
Detective Carla Hayes, a seasoned investigator with the Cybercrimes Unit, had been monitoring the growing unrest surrounding NetSphere with a mixture of skepticism and concern.
She had seen her fair share of online hysteria, but there was something different about this case. The allegations, if true, struck at the heart of how information flowed in the digital age.
When an anonymous tip about a NetSphere whistleblower landed on her desk, her interest was piqued. The tip led her to Maya Cruz, who had been suspiciously tight-lipped about her source.
Detective Hayes knew that cracking this case would require a delicate touch. Pressuring Maya could scare off her source, but she couldn't ignore the potential magnitude of the crime.
She decided to approach Maya not as an adversary, but as someone who understood the importance of protecting sources. She assured Maya that her priority was to uncover the truth, not to throw anyone under the bus.
Maya, sensing Detective Hayes' sincerity, agreed to cooperate, but only under the condition that her source's identity remained protected. Section 6. The walls close in. The closer Maya got to the truth, the more she felt the walls closing in. Strange cars seemed to follow her. Her phone calls were plagued by static, her internet connection intermittently dropping out. Someone was watching her, trying to intimidate her into silence. One evening, returning to her apartment after a long day of chasing leads, Maya was greeted by a scene that sent chills down her spine. Her apartment, usually a haven of organized chaos, was in complete disarray. Drawers were flung open, their contents strewn across the floor. Books were ripped from shelves, papers scattered like confetti. It was a clear message: back off or else. But instead of breaking her, the break-in only strengthened Maya's resolve. She had stumbled upon something big, something that powerful people were desperate to keep hidden. Section 7. Truth will out. Fear was now a constant companion, but Maya refused to be silenced. Working late into the night, fueled by coffee and a burning sense of purpose, she pieced together the evidence. She corroborated Jordan's testimony with Zach's leaked code, connecting the dots between NetSphere's algorithms and the manipulation of public opinion. She discovered a pattern of targeted campaigns, amplifying narratives that benefited NetSphere's bottom line, regardless of their veracity. The evidence was damning, and Maya knew she had to get it out there. She reached out to Evelyn Porter, a renowned documentary filmmaker known for her hard-hitting exposés on corporate corruption.
This story has explosive potential. I'm in.
Together, they worked tirelessly, transforming Maya's findings into a compelling narrative that would lay bare NetSphere's deception for the world to see. Section 8. The Reckoning. The release of Porter's documentary, The Echo Chamber, sent shockwaves through society. The film's meticulous research, combined with powerful testimonials from former NetSphere employees and victims of the company's manipulation, sparked outrage and calls for accountability. Evelyn Porter, in a widely televised press conference, called on lawmakers to investigate NetSphere's practices and to implement regulations to protect users from algorithmic manipulation.
This isn't just about one company. This is about the future of our democracy, the sanctity of our information ecosystem. We cannot allow corporations to manipulate our thoughts, our beliefs, our very reality.
The public outcry was swift and fierce. #NetSphere lies, once a whisper in the digital ether, became a deafening roar. Millions deleted their accounts, the company's stock plummeted, and lawmakers were finally forced to take notice. Section 9. Reflections on a Digital Battlefield. Congressional hearings were convened, the once untouchable tech giant now under the harsh glare of public scrutiny. NetSphere's CEO, once hailed as a visionary, was now being grilled by lawmakers, forced to defend his company's practices. The scandal sparked a long-overdue conversation about the power of technology, the dangers of unchecked algorithms, and the urgent need for corporate accountability in the digital age. The fight for truth had taken its toll on Maya. She had been threatened, harassed, and had her life turned upside down. But as she looked out at the growing movement demanding change, she knew it was all worth it. The battle was far from over, but a crucial blow had been struck against the forces that sought to control our digital lives. The fight for a freer, fairer internet had just begun.